up in the morning, I got money on my mind. So addicted to it, all I see is dollar signs. Thankful to the Lord, he let me make it through the night. So dead or alive, I'ma go and get what's mine. Everyone that pulled me back, I had to leave behind.
Hey, we are back with another episode of Focus Fridays. It is the 5th edition or the 6th, I think. I don't know. But we are back with another episode of Focus Fridays. And welcome to everybody who's been watching all our episodes, and to the old subscribers, well, welcome back. And everybody who's new to our page, new to watching our videos, well, welcome to Focus Fridays and welcome to the Interview Entertainment Dome. Hope you enjoy the journey. Anyway, shout out to everybody who's been watching, and special shout out to everybody who's giving themselves their time right now for the first time to watch our videos. Shout out to y'all, because y'all the best. Anyway, it is your boy Steezy once again, and I bring you another fresh episode of Focus Fridays. You already know what it is, but before we get down into business, I'd like to remind you of that subscribe button. I'd like you to click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you get a notification every time we release an episode, because there's no Friday we are certainly missing. Every Friday we're hitting you with that fresh new content so that you can enjoy the vibes each Friday 6 p.m. Anyway, tonight we're talking about an award. Well, I'm not sure if she's an award-winning artist. Well, she was secretive about it if she is. But we're talking about an artist who's been nominated 4 times this year for the SWAMA Awards, MTN SWAMA Awards. Everybody knows about that. And she's been nominated 4 times. Very well known for her very beautiful vocals, basically, and how she adds an element to the tracks that she has been featured on and the tracks she has been making throughout her whole career. She's still got a long way to go though. I feel like she still has a lot to do, because she has definitely been putting out some good music. But ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only Velemseni. Tonight we're talking about Velemseni, a beautiful artist over and all. And the reason I chose to talk about her today was certainly just because of her vocals. They got me in a chokehold in some way or the other, basically. But yeah, she's been making some great music. She's been doing the things for quite a while now. So I decided, you know what? Let's hop on it. And the other reason basically why I chose to talk about Velemseni tonight was because, well, females don't really get that much credit for what they do in the country. So I decided, you know what, let's talk about one of our best female artists and probably just get down into detail on how I experienced what she has put out so far and how I experienced what I've been listening to from her, basically. Yeah, anyway, yeah, let's get down to business. And yeah, she's been putting out some great content, basically. And for me, I haven't really listened to her for the longest time, you know. In fact, I was right under the shadow, and I know a lot of people would say, what type of rock do I live under if I don't know a great artist like Velemseni? That's probably what I was thinking when I first listened to her song. And yeah, she's quite a great artist. I'm actually surprised that I didn't even know her for that long. And for me, it was just like, wow, okay. Now this just goes on to show the fact that most of our female artists and most of our female singers or vocalists don't get the credit they actually deserve. And mostly, if you can just take a closer look at the entertainment industry in Eswatini at the moment, you can actually tell that there are a lot of males that are being talked about, and not as much females are getting that credit that they need. You know, last week I was talking about Savage in a Zoo, and in Savage in a Zoo they featured an artist called Crystals, who's actually upcoming, and she's a great vocalist as well. So I mean, that just goes on to show you that, you know, most of our females are hardly ever known in our country, or they may be known, but the problem is that they don't get the credit they deserve. And in this example, I didn't know her, and the fact that I'm in the entertainment industry now, I found myself in such an industry, and I found myself being around a lot of males, but the females have been under the shadow, which is part of the reason why I decided, you know what, let's go down to talk about one of our great female artists, who are Velemseni. And she's got a really dope discography. For me, really, when I started listening to her, in fact, 2 days ago, but I've heard some of her music there and there, in the past ages while still listening to local music. But when I really decided, okay, let me get down into detail, I decided to even shoot late so that I can really know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about her. And she's been putting out great music, and don't get me wrong, she's got great vocals. And for me, I even decided, let me just give myself some time, give myself a lot of time. I can shoot the day before I release it's okay, so I decided, I'm gonna take as much time as I need in order for me to get down into detail on what she's trying to put out and what message she's trying to bring out with the songs that she's put out so far. And for me, basically was probably the greatest experience. My greatest experience in her discography was barely her release, if I'm not mistaken, from 2019 or 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. And do remember to subscribe. Anyway, but basically my best experience was barely. That track was great. It sends a great message, to when something concerns your love life, because when there's this girl or this male figure, then a track always brings you back to, I think is the greatest thing, because when you can't really just listen to a track, if you know what I mean. You have to really get down into detail onto, basically relating to it. And I related mostly to her love life music, if some people would call it that. And she's done a great job in that, and especially expressing how she feels or how she's seen someone feel into a song. Putting all that emotion into a song basically has to be the greatest thing I've ever heard, because her music does not only contain great vocals, if you know what I mean. It also adds this element where you're adding some type of emotion, and you're basically taking out from what you feel into a song. And I feel like that has to be the most talented thing that she has to bring out. Honestly, I cannot underrate her when I say she has definitely succeeded in trying to basically bring out an emotion that has been inside of her into a certain track or into a certain project or whatever. And for me, it has to be the greatest thing. Now I want to talk about the features or the tracks that she's been featured on. Most of her features, from what I could listen to, are from Tenderness. She's been featured on Solo by Tenderness and Love Me by Tenderness, which both are great tracks. You could go back to the whole Focus Friday with Tenderness, talking about tenderness. And I did say Tenderness was trying to bring out some types of sounds that we've never heard of, and I feel like that track called Love Me and Solo, both those tracks, let me just go deeper into detail on both those tracks. I feel like both those tracks bring out some certain emotion to it, and I feel like Tenderness wouldn't have done them as great as he has done them, or as great as he has produced them, if Velemseni wasn't featured on it. What I'm trying to say basically is, in all the tracks that she's been featured on, I feel like she has been the missing element. She has been that element. I'm not only saying this just because she's a female, but she has been that element, that element of vocalism that you can actually say, now this completes the track, you know what I mean? So I think she has done a great job in actually being a missing element in whatsoever track that has been put out by another artist as well. So I think she has done a great job in that. Now going into detail on this track called Lutanvo, which basically, now I'm just talking about the tracks that actually attracted my attention, and not only attracted my attention, but the songs that I actually really loved and I actually fucked with. And it was Lutanvo. It was by Mzwa featuring her, which was also a great track, obviously. And what really got to me with that track was, I could literally relate to a certain girl. You know what I mean? So I could relate to a certain girl, and I think that has to be the greatest thing ever, because it had me thinking deeply. I remember I've been listening to this song for the past 2 days now, and it has been on repeat. I can't even remember how many times I played it, and it's the last thing I played before I even started shooting as well. So I think it has to be the greatest thing. It had me thinking a lot, and even while I'm working, I had to listen to it, and you know, it's the type of track that gets you into your element. I'm not only now talking about it getting into your element or it making you get into your element when concerning your love life, but it makes you realize that our music really is probably music that deserves a little bit or 10 times more than what it's getting at the moment. And when that type of creativity is put out now, especially when I'm relating to Lutanvo by Mzwa, I'm not only underrating Mzwa on this one. Mzwa did a great thing. I feel like him and Velemseni, well, they really related a lot, and they basically merged, really, if I can put it in other words, where they merged into a certain place where they merged into one artist. You know what I mean? I know I'm kind of like saying this a lot, especially when I was talking about Savage in a Zoo last year, but I mean last week. But basically they merged into this one artist and body where they produced something great, something that probably is great artistry, or actually represents great artistry, and also represents great songwriting skills and vocalism as well. So I feel like I have to give her the credit for that. And yeah, man, it's all about her tonight, and she's really been doing great things. I feel like basically she deserves a little bit more than what she's getting. So yeah, I guess that's basically how I feel about how she's basically putting out her music. Wait. I know I was stuttering there because I couldn't really miss the fact that you have to click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you get a notification every time we release an episode, because I mean, you've given me so much time of your time. So basically, if I've given you that much satisfaction of that much good content, then I think you should be clicking that subscribe button and hitting that notification bell so that you get a notification every time we release those episodes each Friday 6 p.m. You already know what it is. But basically all I'm trying to say is she's not getting exactly what she really deserves, especially when it concerns the type of music that she puts out. I mean, she can go from being a jazz artist to being this type of singer, basically, and an icon singer that she is. And the way she basically, all I could say is that guitar and her vocals is a deadly combination for her, you know. If you can listen to her, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But basically, I think it's a very deadly combination. The way she merges with her guitar, the way she flows with it, the way she flows with the certain flow in a track. So the way she does her producing in the tracks that she's done so far, I think it has to be the greatest thing. Okay, let's do this. Right now, we're gonna call a girl called Refiloe. Let's see if she's gonna pick up the call, and it's ringing. So I'm gonna ask her how she feels about Velemseni. I think she knows we're shooting, so let's see if she's gonna pick up. And yeah, and we'll tune into the vibes as well. So phone's ringing, just to give you an update to see if she's gonna pick up.
Hello?
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
I'm all good, how are you?
I'm great.
You're great. I wanna ask you a couple of questions.
Alright, go ahead.
I think you already know what I'm talking about, but let me go ahead.
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, so you've been listening to Velemseni, right?
Yes, I have.
And what do you think about her? Like genuinely, like, I need you to be honest.
I feel like she is an exceptional artist. Like, she is one of the few female artists in Swaziland who are paving the way for the others. I mean, the genre that she's doing, you know, you don't find that many artists, you know, embracing that they singing that type of music. And to look at her age, she's just exceptionally beautiful and her music is just amazing. So I'm really enjoying seeing such talent in Eswatini.
So when did you start listening to her?
I actually started listening to her, I think 2 years ago, or a year ago, when a friend of mine told me about her song Barely, and then she played it and I was at school. I actually heard Dope, and then we listened to it and I was just amazed, and I've seen her performances on snippets on her Instagram. I'm absolutely like in love with it.
Yeah, I bet. So what's your favorite track from her?
It has to be Barely. Like, I fell in love from the beginning. It was that song, so it's always just the go-to song with Velemseni, so I really loved it.
I bet. So why did you love that one? Because I mean, she's been releasing like a lot of those good tracks, and I think Barely isn't the only.
There's something about a song that you fall in love with. I mean, the first time you listen to an artist, what makes you listen to the other songs is the main one. You just have you get attracted to the first song and you're like, oh my god, beautiful. And then after that, you start listening to the rest. So it's, it was just me falling in love with that. And then recently she released Lutanvo with Mzwa, and the visuals are just beautiful. It's just amazing.
Yeah, true.
And so the songs are also, it was just that I fell in love with Beardy first, then I was just, from then on I was like, oh my god, Velemseni, I listened to Lutanvo, I listened to Shisa, and her featuring with Tenderness sometimes, she's just,
she's the missing piece to every track.
But it's beautiful, yeah.
My bet. Do you want to see a project from her?
I would definitely love to see like a solid project. I'd definitely love to be in the car and just listen to like a whole album.
Yeah, true. That would be dope.
Like the whole album.
I bet. I think that's it. And let me continue.
Alright, thank you for having me.
No stress. Hope to have you again and again.
Alright, sure, thank you. Bye.
I bet. Okay, so one of my close friends, her name is Refiloe, one of our team members. Just like I said, she rehearsed this. I think I shouldn't have told her that we're shooting, but anyway, I think what she said just wraps up this whole episode. Her vocals were great. Also, if you can just go check out her Instagram, check out those snippets as well. There were also some dope snippets. Her performances as well were dope to give that personal feel to the music that she puts out as well. So I think for me, basically, what Refiloe said just wraps up this episode. I mean, I ain't lazy to talk, but I think there's nothing that you've heard that I haven't said, or that you actually don't know that I haven't said. So basically all you need to know is you need to go check out her music. Go on Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, or any streaming platform, search for Velemseni, tune into the discography. Refiloe said you can listen to Birdie Fest just to simmer into the vibes that she brings out as well. So you could do that, and make sure you do listen to the tracks she's also been featured on. She doesn't have a project out yet. I really do hope that she puts out a project. And if she's watching this, I really do hope that you are putting out a project or working on a project. At least Velemseni, you have been doing great things, and you are destined for great things as well, and your vocals are great. Thank you for bringing out such emotion to your tracks. God damn. thank you so much. And yeah, thank you for basically giving me a track like Barely had me thinking a lot. And shout out to Mzwa as well for Lutando. I do have to shout out to Tenderness as well for the 2 tracks and the other tracks that she's featured Velemseni for, because I think that brings out the exploration of the talent that she brings out to the entertainment industry, which I think is really dope. So shout out to her for that. Shout out to her for being creative and everything, and shout out to her for everything that she's done for the entertainment industry. So to wrap up this episode, my track of the week, I think you already know what it is. Just because Refiloe talked about Barely, it doesn't really have to be Barely, but we both know that it is Barely. So the track of the week for tonight is Barely by Velemseni, and it's just gonna sum up the vibes, and you're just gonna listen to that just to give you a little bit of a feel to what Velemseni has to put out to the industry. So I think Barely has to be our track of the week, because I think I also loved Barely, the way she produced that track, the visuals that she's put out. You can go check them out on YouTube, search for Velemseni, and you're gonna find those visuals. I think the storytelling in those visuals also had to play a part in me selecting Barely as our track of the week. So Barely is our track of the week. Do remember to click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you get a notification every time we release an episode. Either way, this is it for this episode, and it is your boy Steezy once again, and I leave you guys with Barely by Velemseni, and it's a sign out from me. Stay safe and stay home. Remember to wear those masks. It might be level 1, but Corona's still out there, so do stay safe and do stay at home. And it's your boy Steezy once again. We'll see you guys next week, same time, same place. Subscribe, click that notification bell so that you get a notification every time we release that episode. Barely by Velemseni is the track of the week. See you guys. I'll talk to you.
Your eyes hang low to the ground this time. Hey, you're struggling to look me in mind. The season has been hard for us. Hey, I felt the cold before I saw the ice. Ooh, it's messing with my head. Ooh, hands or fingers spread. Oh please, don't tell me where to go, 'cause I've been a little bit cold beside you. Honestly, I don't know. Don't please, don't tell me where to go, 'cause I'm too dense to float inside you. There's a heat I used to feel when you held me up. Barely. The sky is clear, no clouds in sight. Yeah, and the birds, they sing only at night. The sun is bright, but we're freezing. And I'm trying to read your face. It's messing with my head. It's messing with my head. Wouldn't you be better off running in the woods? Hey, or maybe I should cut you off.